going to talk about mentoring, coaching, and advising are very crucial and important to evaluate student leadership. Considering the critical function of mentoring, coaching, and advising in developing students' leaders and developing leadership in students, effective assessment allows one to demonstrate success in implementing these activities. First, there are 5 steps of assessment. The first is identify outcomes. That is, you need to know what your evaluation target is. And the second is design learning opportunities. Having identified goals, leadership educators should provide learning opportunities to their students to achieve these goals and results. The third step is collect data. An educator might ask a common question to each of their to their students, like what did you use to think leadership was, and what do you think it is now? The first step is interpret data. After collection, it is time for interpretation. The fifth step is to use findings. This step is that leadership educators use interpreted results to inform decisions and practices moving forward. Then there are also 5 assessment methods that will be helpful to assess the learning outcomes from mentoring, coaching, and advising for leadership development. Surveys, learning assessments, rubric use, interviews, and portfolios. I agree with one of methods of helping assess students' leadership by mentoring, coaching, and advising. This method is survey. Just as this article says that, men depend on surveys as the foremost method to assess a phenomenon. Surveys can clearly help us understand a general framework, that is, a general situation. This is essential for evaluating something because whenever we evaluate something, we need to know the content and then evaluate it. For example, if we want to investigate the topic of how to improve public health, first we need to know and understand the general health index of people in our society. What is the health status and so on, so that we can come up with specific ways to improve public health. In my educational experience, many times the evaluation methods of teachers are not very similar to those described in the article. The evaluation method mentioned in the article is more effective and useful, while this evaluation method of my former teachers is relatively simple and lacks authenticity. So I realized how to evaluate more effectively and comprehensively. So when I become a teacher in the future, and when I evaluate students, I will add a few steps. Not only do I have to evaluate from tests, from homeworks, but I can also do some research and surveys to get a sense of what's going on. I can also conduct an interview to know what students are thinking more quickly and clearly, so that I can give corresponding guidance and suggestions to my students. Thank you, everybody. This is my presentation.